Alright, now we're doing 7Q, the first non-repeated character in a string. This is by Alvo, and 87% of people like it. So we need to write a function that returns the first non-repeated character in the given string. If all the characters are unique, we're going to return the first character of the string. If there is no unique character, we're going to return null. We can assume that the input string has always non-zero length. Okay. So basically, right here, we're going to say, okay, we've got T here. Is this T? No. Is this T? No. Is this T? Yes. Okay, well, it's not going to be T. Now we go to the E. Is this E? No. Is this E? Yes, but it's the same, but it's the E we're checking. And then is this E? No. Is this E? No. Okay, awesome. So this is what we are returning. All right, so same thing here. It gets all the way to R, does that. Here's the T. Is this T? Is this T? Is this T? Is this T? No, return this. All right, all these repeat, return null. Basically, that's how it's going to go. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to say for let I equal 0, while I is less than s.length, we're going to say I plus plus, all right? And then we're going to also say for let j equal 0, while j is less than s.length, j plus plus, all right? Then after that, we're going to say if s at I equals, s at j, we're going to break. But the thing is, when I equals j, when I and j equal the same thing, like in the first case, we have to continue through to ignore that. So we're going to come over here in front of this one and say, if I equals j, continue. All right? So now that we've got this thing done, we're going to check to see if s at I, if j broke or not, all right, when we're talking about the s at I. So we're going to come down here and say if j equals s.length, if it made it all the way through and there was no other one, what we're going to do is say return s at I. That's not how you spell return. All right, but the thing is, you can see right here, this j is not going to be accessed because this is a let inside of a for loop, so that means it's only going to work inside the for loop. Now we could say var, but I think it would mess up the flow, mess up the looks of the thing a little bit. So how about we do this? We're going to take the let here, get this out of here, the let here, and we're going to get this out of here, and we'll just declare I and j in the arguments area, or whatever this place is called. And you see now the j is being accessed, and we say that I is 0 and j is 0 up here, so it's no big deal. All right, so now we've got this going on, and then all we got to do is deal with this null situation. So if it goes through and none of this happens, then basically we just have to say return null. All right, so let's test it out. And there we go, just like that. Attempt it. All right, and it works, it works, it works, all right? But you know what? As cool as a shape of, this looks like South America if there was more up here. If as cool as a shape as this is, it's too much typing for real. I mean, what do you want us to do, punch cards next? I mean, come on, it's 2023. Let's try to do this in one line. So let's comment this thing out just in case we have to refer to it. And then we'll say something like const first non-repeated, all right? And we're going to have that equal s. And then we're going to do the arrow right there. We're going to say console.log right here so we can test while we go. And we're going to start right here. We're going to use some methods, as you can see up here. So basically, all these methods have to access arrays. That's the main thing. Well, I mean, the string doesn't have, but that's no big deal. But there's an array here that needs to access, and also this why spread syntax twice? We need find JavaScript. What? Find JavaScript. Sorry about this. Thought I was ready. Okay, anyway. So we're going to be using this array.find, and since it says array, we need this string to be an array, all right? So how could we do that? So let's just get an array and press S and put S in it and see what that looks like. All right, so we've got part of this thing done. We do have the string in an array, but we need each one of these characters in its own element instead of the whole word in the one element. So we can use this spread syntax right here, which allows an iterable such as an array or string to be expanded in places where 0 or more arguments for function calls or elements for array literals are expected. And we're making an array literal right now. So let's put ... in front of it. Remember how this looks. We've got test right here. Now let's test this. And now we've got test. All right, so now we can do some sort of for method to see how this is working. So we're going to use the find method, which returns the first element in the provided array that satisfies the provided testing function, right? And if no value satisfies it, undefined is returned, okay? So because of that, we're going to use this arrow function syntax right here. We're going to have that array we just made, dot find, we're going to have the element, and then we're going to see, we're going to have the little expression right here to see if the element qualifies or not, all right? So we'll do dot find right here, and we're going to say element, and then we're going to do an arrow right here. And so we're going to do s dot index of element, okay? So the first element is going to go to its t. So the index of element will be 0. If you don't know about the index of method, basically it just returns the first index at which a given element can be found in the array, or -1 if it's not present. But they're all going to be present because each element is getting tested, all right? So we're going to say s index of element right here, and then we want that to equal the last index of the element. So the last index of t is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 does not equal 3, so it's going to go to the next one. So on this one, it's going to check this, it's going to say 1, and there's no other 1, so the last index of is 1, so there we go. So we're going to use last index of, which given one argument, a substring to search for, it searches the entire calling string and returns the index of the last occurrence of the specified substring. So basically, we just say last, not like that. We're going to say s dot last index of, like that, and we're going to say element, all right? So let's test that out. And so it's got E, R, so it's just what we're looking for. Capital S, or 5, whatever that is. Anyway, and so we've got this going on. Let's get rid of this console.log, make sure we're good. Test it out. Looks good. Attempt it. Uh-oh, forgot something. What about that null? All right, so since it's undefined, if it returns bad, if everything's repeated, we're just going to say return either that or return null, just like that. Test it out again. Looks good. Attempt it. All right, you see now, there we are. I'm just going to bring this down. Maybe it's a little more like South America. Here's Brazil, and here's all those countries up there, and then we're missing the top part, but whatever. Anyway, and then there's Argentina. Is it Argentina on that side? Or is it on this side? Chile, Argentina, I don't remember. Anyway, sorry guys if I forgot how your countries look. Test it out one more time. Looks good. Attempt it. Hey, don't hate me because I messed up your country. For real. Hey, anyway, so there we go. We've got this one. Here's the find method right off the bat. Here's a var doing the if index of equals last index of return s, which is, I guess that's cool, but whatever. And then here's this. It's doing basically what we did again. And so you can check out the rest if you want to. Let's go to mine. There's South America. I'm not saying it again. Okay, I'm not going to mess up y'all's countries again. There we go. And very much like it. Best practice in my opinion. And we'll see you next time.